low-cost alternative to a food grinder for the biodigester. Every morning we have a bucket of things like onion skins and peach pits and the what do you call this? Cantaloupe rinds, bread, and it doesn't easily go down the 4-inch or 100-millimeter pipe of the biodigester. So while it does work to try to stuff it down with a plunger, it tends to float back up because these have air and oils in them, and until you grind it, you're getting all this piling at the top of the pipe, and it doesn't get down into the digester, so you don't get good digestion, so you don't get the gas you want in the time you want. Eventually it will all sink, it just takes too long. So a grinder is a really good thing to have to accelerate the process of biodigestion. And so Douglas and the Nikita and Mikolai had this idea of using a paint mixer. We've used them before to break up manure when we fed the biodigester, but haven't yet tried it on food waste. So last night Douglas did bread, and we soaked the bread in water like the Indians do. The Indians will leave their food waste in buckets in the sun with water, and when it gets soft they'll hand grind it to feed their digesters. That's a common practice in India. We have technology, but low-cost technology, so we're going to try. You had the thought if you drilled holes in here, you can get the right particle size. I think that the holes should be at least 3-4 millimeters, maybe larger. I would use the largest drill hole you have, maybe even a tiny hole saw. They're not going to fit. All that'll do is clog up. Absolutely. If we can use a hole saw that is the smallest one and get several of these holes there, I think that would work.
All right, let's go get that.
Yeah, I also believe that if the holes are in here, it'll also act like a cheese grater in a sense, because it would be the rough edges of the. So that's going to be our idea. We've cut the length of the pipe so that when we put the thing in, it'll bottom out, and put it in this flexible bucket which can handle the pressure. And this is the actual size of the feed pipe anyway, so if we can grind it in that, we know that it'll go down the feed pipe well. So these are some thoughts that we're having, and why don't we table this and then come back when we have the parts.